Hey, everybody. Good morning and welcome to Push Positive Live. My name is Melissa Jakubovic. I'm an author, health, and life coach here at mycoachmelissa.com, and we're here weekly Tuesday mornings, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Today is Wednesday because I spent this past Labor Day weekend in the mountains with my family. It was so relaxing. It was so beautiful, gorgeous scenery, fresh air, a taste of fall, and it was a nice change of pace for me and for my family. And it was just absolutely wonderful. And that's why today's topic is about nurturing yourself, because that is what I did. I went on vacation for just a day and a half, short little getaway, and it was amazing, the effects that came afterwards. I didn't feel like the trip was long enough, but when I came back, I was able to really be productive in my business and just go for it because I took that time for myself and nurtured myself. And that's why today's topic is nurturing yourself. And I want to talk to you a little bit about why that's so important and why it's so beneficial to your success. And when I say success, I don't mean financial success just per se. I mean, it could be financial success, but it's also your emotional success, your mental success, your physical success, your success that you have with your relationships. There's many different ways to find success, and those things only happen when you take the time to nurture yourself. So I just want to start off by shaking everything up a little bit, rolling your shoulders back, shaking your hands, getting all that energy out that you may have. Or if you don't have any energy, this is a good way to get some energy so that you can be focused and present in today's Push Positive Life. And exhale. Someone was calling me even though my phone is on Do Not Disturb. Apparently it didn't work. So I hope that you guys are still able to see me. Inhale, breathing in. And exhale, let it all out. Awesome. So what does nurturing really mean? Nurturing is taking care. You know, if you are a parent, you nurture your child, you teach them about life, you take care of them, you treat them with kindness, you pamper them, you provide for them their basic needs and their wants and their desires, and you really spend time cultivating a positive relationship. So when you nurture oneself, you need to turn that around and provide all those things to you as well, to yourself. So this is about adult wellness. If you are a parent, you are very familiar with nurturing others. If you're a mom, you probably spend the majority of your time taking care of others. Maybe your spouse, maybe even your parents. Hey, Kathy, thanks for hopping on. Thanks for being here. Maybe you take care of your kids. Maybe you even take care of your neighbors. Maybe take care of your grandparents. Maybe at work, you're taking care of certain tasks and maybe you're overseeing some coworkers. So we're always constantly putting others first, taking care of others, but where does it come in that we have me time? Now, me time is super, super important, and I speak a lot about it all the time. And it's something that I take very seriously in my own life. So I'm pulled in all these different directions. I own 5 companies, I'm taking care of my dad, I'm taking care of my 2 kids as a single mom. There's just so much going on, so much going on and not enough time in the day to breathe for a second. So I make an intentional moment for myself. I leave the situation. I get out of the kitchen or the living room. Even if my kids are running around like crazy hooligans, I close the door and I make sure I'm alone. And I spend several minutes alone thinking about my day, breathing deeply, relaxing, maybe just laying down and meditating. And my kids know all about me time because I've set a precedent. And I said, oh, it's me time. It's mom time. So kid time is not now. And you can come to me when I say kid time, we're back in session, but we're not. Because if I don't have that time for myself, I will go insane and I will not be a good parent. I will not be a good daughter. I will not be a good partner. I will not be a good business person. I won't be able to provide to my clients and my family if I'm not able to provide for myself first. It's kind of like loving yourself. You have to love yourself before you can love others. So that's how I feel about nurturing yourself. So it's teaching this self-nurturing to other people around you and explaining your needs so that they're understanding of it. Because if you don't explain it and you don't communicate it and you're like, see ya, bye, it's not kid time, and close the door, they're going to be like feeling neglected. What just happened? Mom went away and she said she's not taking care of us anymore. But if you set that as a precedent, today, right now, I'm having me time and you need to leave me alone until I'm ready, then they get into the habit and they understand. So you need to teach self-nurturance, and it also helps cultivate that in your family as a priority so that kids can also take me time. Thanks for all the love, guys. So my kids do that too. When they're crazy tired or crazy hungry or overwhelmed and frustrated and they just lose it, they run into their room and they know to take me time, to calm down, to relax. One of my sons hates leaving the house. He would rather stay here in his pajamas if he could. When he gets home from school, uniform gets off, he's back into his lounge clothes, and he loves to sit in his bed and read or hang out on the computer or just relax. And I let him have that time because he's taking me time, and it makes him a healthier person, and it makes him be able to provide more, when he is with us together, provide a more enriching experience when we can all be together coming from a place of calm and relaxation, as opposed to rush, which we have a lot of in my house. There is a lot of rushing and it's hard. So I make sure everyone takes me time, but especially me for me time. So some things that you can do to take me time is to send yourself loving messages. And every time we clean the house and the bathroom mirror has been washed, I go back in with a dry erase marker and I write special messages. On my kids' sink, I write like, I'm an awesome kid, or this week's going to be the best week ever, or things like that. And on my mirror, I write encouraging messages too. So let yourself know how much you are appreciated and how much you love yourself. You could even write, I love you and appreciate who you are. You can even say that to yourself if you don't have time to write or you don't even want to write. And when I'm driving in the car and I'm thinking all these thoughts and negative thoughts come into my mind, or I'm upset about something here or frustrated about this here and I didn't bring it up, and more thoughts are driving me crazy and I get really deep in my thoughts, it's a Pisces thing, I just stop and I say, you're doing a great job, Melissa. You're doing a great job. Or I'm so proud of you for closing that client. Or I'm so proud of you of speaking about your feelings to your partner when it was hard for you. And I encourage myself because that's what I would do for my kids. And so I need to do that for myself too. No one else is going to do that for me. Maybe they will, but I'm not going to wait around and wait and see if someone's going to do that for me. I need to provide that happiness for myself. I need to provide that encouragement and that self-nurturance for myself. So it's always important to realize what you've done, what you're doing well. If you're overwhelmed, stop for a second, look back and go, what have I just accomplished? Did I just go and run 5 errands before 10 a.m.? Did I make 3 phone calls for my job? Did I rush to the school to drop off something my child left? Did I do these things? That's amazing. I'm amazing. And tell yourself, I'm amazing. Pat yourself on the back. Good job. You did it. Really encourage yourself. And you might be like, this is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. This is really nerdy. But let me tell you, who cares, right? It works. It helps. It makes you feel like you're an important part of other people's lives and you have meaning, and you do have meaning. So if you don't recognize that meaning, you don't recognize your value or your worth, then you need to create that for you. Cultivate that self-nurturing. And you do that by repeatedly encouraging yourself. And if you're feeling really bad, you can say, you're not alone. I'm here for you. Talk to yourself like you've got multiple personalities, because why not, right? If it helps and it works and it makes you feel more comfortable, then do it. Take the time for yourself. Another thing is to take care of yourself. Just like I mentioned earlier, if a parent is taking care of their children, then you need to do that same amount of nurturing for yourself. So maybe that's a day of pampering, a day of self-care, a day of getting your nails done, a day of taking a yoga class or a workout class, or just going to a workout and actually putting the time in to work out. Maybe it's that you want to have a nice meal with yourself. You want to go on a date. Maybe you want to watch a movie in a movie theater and you don't have anyone to go with. And you're like, you know what? On my lunch break today, I'm going to go to the movie theater and watch a movie by myself, because why not? So really take good care of yourself and think about practicing good self-care as something that is essential, something that's a non-negotiable. Because when you put that first and you make yourself a priority, everything else will fall into line. There will be time available for everyone else. But if you say, I'm not a priority and I need to do this, and this first, you're never going to get around to taking care of yourself. And then the next day comes and the same thing happens. It's a repeat routine. I'm going to do this, and if there's enough time, I'll do this. Instead, wake up in the morning and say, today, for me, I'm doing this. If that's wake up in the morning and work out, or whatever it is that you want to do for you, today I'm going to read 30 minutes in my book. Wake up in the morning and do it. Now you've done it. It's put away. You've given yourself the time, and the rest of the day you can give to everybody else. So I want you to also be your own advocate. This is a great way to nurture yourself, to make sure that you understand that you are a priority. So if other people are saying things that put you down, or if you just don't feel like you're good enough, maybe you have imposter syndrome where you're like, all these people are doing a great job, I'm here with them, I thought I belonged here, but I'm not sure if I'm doing as good a job, maybe I'm not as good as them. Then you've got this weird comparing myself to other people thing going on. It's not important. Just advocate for yourself. Know that if someone is doing something to hurt you, or someone has said something that belittles you, speak up. You've got to be the advocate. And I say this about my kids all the time. I really understand my children on a very, very deep level, as I'm sure you guys do with your kids. And if somebody says something to them or does something to them and they have a reaction that doesn't seem normal to the person that said or did something to them, I feel like I am my children's voice. It is my job to be their advocate and explain, well, they said that this way because they were feeling this way. They didn't mean it the way you took it. And I feel like I have to be the middle person to really be the interpreter of the emotional state that my children are in. I'm their advocate. I'm their voice. And so why does it not follow that I would then be my own advocate, my own voice, right? I need to be able to speak up. It's something I've been working on my whole entire life. I'm doing a lot better now than I was just even 10 years ago. But it's hard. And I understand that it's hard because you feel like you have to stand up for yourself. You have to say some things that may hurt the other person or may make you feel uncomfortable, or you may feel judged. You're being vulnerable. And I understand that that could be challenging. But not doing it, the opposite of being your own advocate, it turns out where you are just stuffing emotions down deeper and deeper and deeper. And then you've got this anger building up and this resentment. Oh, how did that person do that to me again? Well, they didn't even know they did it the first time. So you have to be able to advocate for yourself. Advocate for yourself. Protect yourself. Nurture yourself just as you would for your child or for someone that you love. If someone came up to you and said something really nasty about your best friend, you'd probably stand up. So if someone came up to you and said something really nasty about you, you've got to stand up for yourself. So be your own advocate, and that's part of nurturing yourself. You also want to be compassionate, be understanding. You're not going to be perfect. There is no such thing as perfect. You might look at people on social media and see their happy reel. Oh, they did this and they got this award and they did this and they did this. Well, they're not showing you that they have no laundry folded, that they've been eating out every night, that their kid is screaming, driving them crazy, and they wish someone would take them off their hands for a few days, or that they got into a major fight with their spouse and they're fighting all the time, or that they don't know where they're going to go next because they can't find their next paycheck. All of these things could still be happening while you're seeing, oh, she's so beautiful. Oh, he's so successful. She's so successful. Look at his abs. All of these things, that's irrelevant to what's really going on. They're the happiness reel, and it's great to show what's great going on in your life. A good example is that on my Facebook page, I try to post a lot of positivity because I feel like social media is a great outlet for positivity. But the last 2 weeks, the last 2 months, I hurt my knee at my dance class and I wasn't able to walk for 6 weeks. I just started dancing again. I was using a cane for a week. It was really bad. It wasn't posted on Facebook, but I know that not everything everyone posts on Facebook is all the real deal. So there is no perfection in this world. So you need to be compassionate and understanding and patient with yourself that you're learning things over time. Things can get better. And, if something doesn't work out or you feel like you failed at something, don't feel like a failure. If an idea didn't work out or a project didn't reach a deadline, it doesn't mean you're a failure. It just means that you need to nurture yourself a little bit better. Try again. Maybe the next vision will go better. There's so many different ways of doing things, and it's a process. So you need to be compassionate with yourself. You need to understand that you have flaws, that you are human, that nobody is perfect, and you are doing the best that you can. And as long as you're doing the best that you can, as long as you're, trying to improve and doing self-development, then you're golden. You are better off than 90% of the people out there. And don't get stuck in the negativity. Don't say, oh, I'm stupid. Oh, that's wrong. Oh, that's this. Don't label yourself negatively. You could say things like, I believe in you. You've got this. Next time will be better. Things like that. So try and flip it and be more positive so you can really nurture yourself. And here's just a few ideas of things. I have a list of like 100. I'm not going to go through them all, but you can do something to just uplift your spirits and really nurture yourself. Get a new haircut. Wake up early, watch the sunrise. Stay up and watch the sunset. Just look over the horizon. Lay out on your front porch and look at the stars. Stuff like that. Buy something that you've always wanted that you just were like, I'm not going to spend money on it, like a new t-shirt or a new cologne or maybe a cool little tool that you use to make some part of your life easier, or a kitchen appliance or anything like that. And just go out of your way to treat yourself. Buy yourself flowers, put them on the kitchen table or put them on your desk at work and look at them and admire them and be like, I got flowers. That's so nice. Who cares if you gave them to yourself? You got flowers, right? And it feels good. So nurture yourself. A good one that I love is to buy colored pencils and coloring books. And I love to just sit and color. I'm a doodler. When I'm on the phone with client calls, I've got a notebook and I'm writing every note that I can down. And I'm also doodling flowers and trees on the side. So I'm a doodler. So take time to do that. Read a book. You can read any book that you want that's uplifting. You can watch a motivational YouTube video, anything you want. You can dance. I always say dancing. That's a good one. You can work out. Just do something to really take time for yourself. I will see you next week on Tuesday, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for Push Positive Live. If you liked this video, please share it on your wall, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.